Okay, guys, I don't know where to look on my camera, so this is gonna be a really funky freaking video. But and I don't like doing these videos with my face. I'm not even looking. I'm looking over there for some reason and not here. Maybe if I switch sides, is that better? No, because I'm still. I don't know. But anyways, coming to you from my kitchen. I am gonna answer all these damn TNA questions for you, and I'm doing this on the fly. I haven't had time to think. I barely had time to write these damn questions down. So here we go. How many times have I been to Anaheim or Universal Studios? I think like 3 times in my life. I've been to Disneyland more than Universal Studios, but I've been to both. And I think maybe 3 times Disneyland, and then maybe 2 times Universal Studios, but it was a long, long time ago. Who's my favorite Disney character? Is it bad that I don't really have like a super favorite one? I like Pluto, the dog. He's yellow, right? Fuck. This is gonna be so bad. Okay, hold on. Next question. When was the first time you drank Starbucks, and why do I love it? The first time I drank Starbucks was, fuck, I don't even, it's been so many years. And then I quit for a long time because I don't even remember why I quit. But I like Starbucks coffee because there's one wherever I ride to. There's always going to be a Starbucks and a clean bathroom. So, I don't like to drink and ride that much because you have to make more stops, obviously. Um, but I love it because it keeps me awake. The caffeine, I love it for the caffeine. When did I first ride a bike? I first rode a bike in high school. Um, a buddy of mine had one, and he taught me how to ride it. He would not let me ride him out onto the main street until I can do a U-turn with my feet up with him on the back. I thought that was a really good thing to learn that he was trying to teach me before I got out. But I've always loved bikes um, since I was little. Oh, this is a good one. If you had to choose between IG and YouTube, what would you pick? Well, Instagram was my first love, I guess. It started off as a personal page, and then it became a bike page. And so I don't really post too much personal stuff on there except for stories. It's it's open game for stories. Like I'll post whatever I feel. So that gets a little out of hand at times. Um so Instagram was my first love. YouTube is kind of new to me. YouTube's got a lot of issues. Um, so I'm going to say Instagram for right now. That's my answer for right now. I'm going to just go with that. Mounts for my phone and camera. For my camera, okay, so for the phone, I use the RAM mount. That is in the hole in my triple tree. I have a hole in mine. So that mount fits my bike, but you can get RAM mount has tons and tons of options for your bike. Just make sure it's secure because I've already lost a phone on the freeway when I hit a bump. So my camera mounts, I use the Sena 10C. Let me go get my helmet so that I can show you what I use. And then maybe I'll take you out to my bike to show you what sticky tabs and where they're at on my bike. So hang on for 1 second. Okay, here's my helmet. It's an LS2 helmet. Here's my camera. This is a Sena 10C, so that's where my camera is mounted. I like it better than the GoPro because I don't like all this hanging off my chin and all this hanging off everywhere. So I do like it, but it sucks. And I actually have a video that I need to release. Say hi, Mr. Fish. I have a video that I need to release talking about how much I hate my Sena 10C. And I'll go show you my mounts too on the bike. Hang on. Okay, so it's dark in my garage right now, but I have a mount up here on the front for my 360 Fly, and I've also got two mounts here that are just GoPro sticky tabs that go on the back, so you get that view and then the 360 view from the front, back, side, whatever. That's where my mounts are. Okay, I'm back. Best steering dampers, I don't know what comes on my bike. I never got into that, so I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question for you. So I'm very honest here. I only talk about what I know. Was I born and raised in Cali? I was born in Daly City, which is it's considered Northern California, but it's the Bay Area, close to San Francisco. And then raised in San Jose, California my whole life. This is funny. Fucking Vegas girl. If you were given a choice of a small paid house, excluding taxes, where I currently live, or to have a job of my dreams making $85K a year where I couldn't lane split, which would you choose? So I've made more than $85K a year most of my life. So, and it doesn't matter because here in California, that's feels like you're making $20,000. So I would take, shit, that is such a hard question. Why did you do this to me? So I would take the paid house and pay taxes where I currently live. That's what I would do. But you didn't tell me I couldn't. So all I would get is the job, the good job where I couldn't lane split. But if you had said, would I take a paid house somewhere else where it's cheaper to live and not lane split, I would choose that because I'm fine with not lane splitting. I would be okay with that. It would drive me nuts, but I would still do it. I would deal with it. So somebody else asked, Star Wars or Star Trek? Star Wars, for sure. Like, that was my favorite movie when I was a kid. All the Star Wars movies, super awesome. I used to, like, pretend like I lived in those movies. And I love Ewoks. I love Ewoks. I wish I had one, like a real one. Hamburgers or pizza? That's freaking hard. Why are you guys asking me such hard questions? I love pizza, but I also love hamburgers. I'm just going to say pizza. Let's go with pizza. That sounds good. Dream bike if money wasn't a factor. That's hard. I love a Ducati. I like street bikes. There's not really a brand. I like Yamaha. All bikes are expensive. I would just like a new bike. It doesn't really matter what it is. And then, of course, I like the street bikes, the sport bikes. I have since I was a little girl. But one day I do plan on getting something more comfortable to ride for the long distance rides. I need to hurry up because this is already like taking a long time. So I hope that I answered your question there. Let's see. How long have I been motovlogging and what made me decide to? So I have videos on YouTube that are from 2 years ago, but they weren't really talking. They weren't really motovlogs. They were just recording, riding, and I was just posting those up. And then my buddy in Southern California actually passed away before I got a chance to meet him. He's the one that inspired me and told me, Mr. Keep It On Twos, told me about motovlogging and said that he thinks that I would be funny and entertaining and he would love to see me do that. He was actually my 100th subscriber, and he's no longer with us. So I kind of am keeping it going for him. It's grown quite a bit since then. So I think he's up there looking at me, and I think he's proud of me. Where's my favorite place to ride? Anywhere really. If I can do the twisties slow and it's not a race and I can take my time and I can enjoy the scenery, then I don't mind the twisties. So what I was saying before I was rudely interrupted by a phone call was that I don't mind the twisties if I can go at my pace and if I can see the animals and all that, because I like that shit. But I also like going fast on the freeway. I do like splitting lanes, and so there's like really any place is my favorite place to ride as long as I'm riding. I do like exploring places I haven't been. The furthest I rode was 5 hours to Reno, and that is a super nice ride. And I like the sweepers really better than the twisty turns, the U-turns that you do. If I can't see ahead of where I'm going, I don't like it, unless I'm going again at my pace. How old was I when I got my first bike? I was very old, actually. I just got my first bike when I started riding, so that was like 4 or 5 years ago. I bought an old Yamaha FCR 600 and expecting to drop it and not have to worry about cosmetics too much, although mine was pretty clean. I'll have to pop a picture up here of my first bike. And then now I've got the 2005 Suzuki Gixxer 600 that I bought because it was in my price range at the time. I went looking for a R6 because that's the popular bike, but I couldn't find one in my price range. So yeah, I was pretty damn old when I got my first bike, but I learned when I was very young. I just never owned a bike. So I already answered which bikes I've owned, and then who else rides in my family. I have Killa Cam is my stepson. He's a stunner. He rides.